truly spectacular. I have got this. This was based on a phone call that I got from a guy, because we are who we are here.
Right, of course. You're the guy.
And so when stuff comes in, this was actually out of an estate. This is a story. This is a certificate of authenticity, and this is important. When the United States government, the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, releases paper money, they do it through a series of Federal Reserve banks. There's one in Boston, and New York, and Philadelphia, and Cleveland, and Richmond, and Atlanta, and Chicago, and St. Louis, Minneapolis, Kansas City, Dallas, and San Francisco. Those are the 12 Federal Reserve districts. What I have got here is a complete collection of 1976 original $2 bills from every Federal Reserve district, and they're denoted by letters. So Boston is A, and New York is B, and Philadelphia is C, and Cleveland's D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and L, and you have the entire series of Federal Reserve notes, the entire series of Federal Reserve notes. Now, the thing that made this cool is this was from an estate, and a gentleman put this away in 1976. So what I want you to do, Shannon,
look at how pristine that is.
So I want you to hold that. Now, one of the cool things about it is the feel to it. It feels, because it's made with clay in the paper, and so that's what you're feeling when you do this. So they are gem crisp. They were literally put into a bank vault for almost 50 years. Almost 50 years they were put in a bank vault, and he intentionally got one from each and every one of the districts that are out there. And it's got that old-time money feel to it. And you can see this is District D right here. I'm going to put this back in the holder. I just have reversed it so that you can see the reverse of all of the these is that, like I said, famous John Trumbull painting of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
How did you even get the quantities that you have?
Well, like I said, it was an estate. A guy put these away in 1976, literally put them away, put them in his safe, and somebody called me, and he passed away, literally passed away. And so what happened was they said, Mike, here's what we've got. We have got a complete district collection of 1976 $2 bills. You get all 12 of these for $179. Now remember, each one of these is an actual $2 bill. And they said, here's the deal. The guy had like 15 packs. So we had like 750 of these. Because each pack has 50. And so those were all consecutive serial numbers as well. Now these aren't consecutive because, I mean, this is the way they came out, just like this. You know, each one of these is slightly different. But if you would buy two sets, your A note is likely to be 916 and then 917 because they go consecutively. So you get the entire set. And I know I'm showing 6 there, but you get 6 here too. So you get 12 of the notes, and they are all gem crisp uncirculated. I have never been able to do this set here at HSN. I've never been able to do this because I've never got notes that met our standards. I mean, they are so beautiful. They are so crisp. And these are not the series like 1995s. These are the series 1976. These are the Bicentennial series notes that you've got here. Like I said, with the Bicentennial signing on the back, all original $2 bills from all 12 of the Federal Reserve districts that we've got here. It is the first time I have ever sold this in all the years I've been here at HSN. By the way, this certificate will come with it, so it explains all of that to you, gives you all the Federal Reserve notes that you're going to have in there. It is a truly, amazingly, spectacularly hard collection to put together.
It's interesting that you say that, because, by the way, I've known Mike for over 2 decades, you know? He's standing up better than I am, or these bills are, I'll just tell you that. But it's interesting because I was going to say, have you ever done anything like that? I've never seen you do anything quite like this.
I might have done this maybe 15 years ago or something, but you have to understand, once you get away from the event. So, you know, I've been doing this for 20-something years, right? So 20 years ago, we were a little closer to 1976. But now in 2018, that event has passed, that time has passed. The collectability of that in terms of people that were there for the time of that has passed. And so to be able to get these gem crisp uncirculated notes, to be able to do this entire thing right here is a one-time opportunity and almost unheard of. Now, because of that, and people are looking at this and realizing what a great opportunity is, we have almost 100 of these already sold, and so many people on the phone.
And here's the other thing too. I mean, you will not, when I say Mike does things that nobody else does, he created whole industries within the world of coin collecting. He really did. First day of issue. I mean, he is not only one of the smartest guys I know, but he does things that you will not find anywhere else. And this is something really even unprecedented for him. In over 15 years, I've known Mike for over 20 years. To my knowledge, I've never seen you do anything like this.
I've never done it here at HSN. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
That's a mere 15 years. Is what that is. Because once again, you can get, you know, A's and C's and B. You know, Boston, New York is pretty easy. The San Francisco notes can be pretty easy. But I mean, once you start getting to the Minneapolis district, the Cleveland district, Richmond. I mean, Richmond only does kind of the central seacoast states. You know, is all that it does. And so to get them from each one of the Federal Reserves. Each Federal Reserve is rare in its own right, but then it gets even functionally far rarer than that. And then to get all of them, and then the key is, once again, they are absolutely stunning.
They're pristine.
Stunning, pristine. Choice uncirculated notes that you're going to have right there. As you can see, if you get in real close there, it says Series 1976. Right there. So you look at that, and then you look at the opportunity that you have to be able to get these absolutely pristine, fresh notes like this. And that just doesn't come up.
It doesn't.
That's the problem.
Well, and here's the thing on FlexPay too. So two things. What Mike does is so unusual, even within the world of coin collecting. That's number one. I mean, that's why he's been here, you know, and why he's been doing this for over 2 decades. But FlexPay almost never, something like this just shouldn't happen. Doesn't happen in the real world. 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. But the other thing about this is coin collecting, if you're new to it, certainly I think our first 2 offerings are great places to start. But we often reference it as the Wild West. You don't quite know what's going on out there, and there is no one else who can do the kind of things that Mike does for us. But one other thing that people might not realize if they're stopping at a coin collector for the first time, you are so unusual for a lot of different reasons. We don't do back orders or wait lists or, hey, don't worry, we can print more, you know, all of that kind of, you know, thing that goes along with the regular.
They frown on that. The government does indeed frown on that.
You can't print your own.
Okay, I just reached into the wallet here and grabbed a Series 2009 $1 note just to show you how quick currency gets beat up.
Oh, yeah.
And then so you now look at a note that's literally 30 years older that is absolutely pristine, and because it's a clay-based note, it even has a different color. It's got that whiter color that you have in those older notes that are like that. And so this has already been folded and turned and had all of these things to it. This is a relatively brand new note. These are pristine and nearly 50 years old, nearly 50 years old.
Different. They do. I mean, that's the thing that's so great about this. And while we see you there with literally only a couple hundred to go around, 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Remember, Mike is not back until the middle, until we are well into almost completely through our July birthday month, and we will not see the likes of this again. So we just won't. I mean, so what you've got, you can't.
Well, like you said, this is a once in kind of 2-decade thing for me to be able to put together this pristine of a collection that is all of the districts. So you're going to go right here. So you're going to have, you know, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and this is the Cleveland note. I promise there's a D on that right there. Cleveland, you have Richmond, Atlanta, and then you keep going. Remember, it is a 12-note collection.
So cool.
Okay, you get all 12 notes. So remember this. It's $24 face value.
Right. Yep.
In 1976.
Yeah.
Adjusted for inflation, it's probably about 179 bucks. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but they're original $2 notes. They're an original, crisp, brilliant, uncirculated condition. It's a complete Federal Reserve district set, which is highly collectible, extraordinarily difficult to come across.
For sure.
And then, of course, then you add in the condition of this, and that's what makes this such an incredible, special collectible. Of course, with the certificate of authenticity, it lays all of that
and
out.
like you said too, Mike, I love that you did the standard dollar bill comparison. I'm sure it's much harder to curate paper currency. I mean, by far than, you know, vintages.
You get a nice, crisp, old $5 bill.
Sure.
I mean, they sell, the old gold notes routinely sell for $500,000, $600,000 a piece, $1 million for a single piece of old currency because they just simply don't last.
Because it's paper.
That's paper. That's exactly right. Now, I mean, you know how it is. I mean, this paper, the note that I pulled out was falling apart. And this is Series 2009, which means that this was a note that was recently released. Okay? And so for this, nearly a half-century old, absolutely pristine, released for the Bicentennial of the United States, 1976. And as we we start coming up on now the 250th anniversary. Can you believe that?
I know,
It's just absolutely crazy that we're getting close to this. These will become more and more and more collectible and more desirable and more difficult to get. So this is a fantastic keepsake to put away. 100% complete United States government issue currency.
Well, and remember, only for this show. This was saved for us. I mean, it's making its debut. It is a one and done. I mean, basically, you snooze, you lose on this. Yeah, I know. And I will tell you this. Also, I'm not sure this is a great business plan or not, but we do not limit quantities. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but we do have avid collectors who buy more than one, and so we are not restricting that or limiting that. I mean,
I've always hated when they,
right?
Excuse me, this is America, right? I mean,
no more for you.
That's right.
No more for you.
I mean, if you're going to do this and you want an incredible piece of American history, this is the way to do it.
It is indeed. All right, we see you there. We've got one if you're shopping and calling during the show. After the fact, remember, a one and done, guys. All right, as we scoot along, I have